Welcome back to Extra Credit, McAllen ISD's podcast. I am Felicia Villarreal, and we've been talking about the 2026 bond, and we have a very special guest today. We have our Executive Director of Facilities and Maintenance Operations, Mr. Ruben Trevino. Welcome to the podcast. I know we talked a little bit about the different facilities that are supporting when I spoke to the different directors of Fine Arts and CTE, but we're going to dive a little bit more into what is lighting, HVAC, campus expansions, and updates across the district. So, Mr. Trevino, thank you so much for your time today. I know you have been the backbone of this project. So let's dive into it. We know that South Texas heat is brutal, and we know McAllen ISD feels it. Tell me, what is HVAC and how are those upgrades going to be supported by this bond?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. HVAC is an acronym that is widely used in the industry. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. We currently have 16 campuses that we have on the list for our bond proposal to include HVAC improvements throughout the campuses, which will include either new chiller plants, replacement of chillers, or any individualized units such as rooftop units or air handler units as well.
I know this bond, when the project was coming together and getting compiled, we had different areas. We had priorities that different individuals took part in, especially your committee, the facilities committee that came together. And we talked a little bit about that with Dr. Gutierrez at a previous episode. But I know that, and I see how you guys really thought about everything from the roof to the ground. Talk to me a little bit about the parking lot expansions.
The parking lot expansions, we also have parking lot expansions on a replacement schedule. We have approximately between 14 to 16 campuses that are on our bond proposal that will be receiving either a resurfacing, repaving, or any parking lot expansions that would be needed based on the individual campus. And this will be addressing our drainage as well in our parking lots.
So we talked about HVAC, we talk about parking. Now the lighting. Lighting is big, and I think it's bigger when you're within the classroom, with a student, for the students. But it's also about savings. Tell me a little bit about what LED saves us.
Currently, right now, we're looking to do a complete LED retrofit throughout the district that will include our LED lighting components on the interior of our buildings, along with the exterior. That will include some additional lighting for safety purposes on the exterior of our buildings, and will also include our athletic facilities as well. This making it 100% LED that will potentially yield in the area of 25 to 30% of savings that would come back to the district. And at the end, once we're fully operational on LED.
I know evolution has been a common term within talking to my colleagues here during these episodes, and LED is one of those evolutions, but also our smart buildings or smart controls at our schools. Tell me a little bit about addressing the smart building controls.
Our building controls, as we refer to them as our HVAC controls, that gives us the ability to be able to schedule remotely, be able to monitor temperature settings, and be able to make sure that we're checking on our systems whether they're performing at the ambient level that they should be performing at, and providing the ambient temperatures as well in our classrooms. It will give us the ability to schedule weekends, to schedule any night activities, and be able to turn on, turn off systems at the dedicated areas that are being requested by our campuses.
I know that many of our campuses are receiving general renovations. Does this include roofing?
We have 16 of our campuses that are on the proposal to receive either a brand new roof completely or a part of a roof that is on our replacement schedule. that may have been done during an expansion or during one of our remodels, and it will include any structural upgrades that would be needed once they are working on the roof, as well as some of our mostly our three comprehensive high schools are also on the bond proposal for the interior upgrades, which will include the new lighting, the new ceiling grid, the painting and flooring as well, and some of the upgrades to our athletic and fine arts areas also within the existing comprehensive high schools.
You know, we had we've also spoken to the director of fine arts and the director of CTE, and I know that they're going to be getting some upgrades. I understand that upgrades maybe differ between the needs of a CTE or a fine arts facility versus a general classroom. Can you explain that a little bit more?
The lighting components will usually be different for fine arts facilities, practice areas, as well as our CTE facilities. Once a district gets into the design phase of these facilities, that is when the specialized consultants will be coming in to determine what exact components would be needed for these specialized areas.
You know, Mr. Trevino, your team, you have one of the largest departments here at McAllen ISD, if not the largest department here at McAllen ISD, and you guys are the heartbeat of this district, and you help us operate day in and day out, even when our students are not in class, even when us fellow employees are not here. We know that our colleagues are taking care of our facilities. Tell me, summertime is a hot time for your department, right? So before we have to come back and operate for a brand new school year, your team is on the ground helping us. Tell me a little bit about those hidden upgrades that are going to be happening during the summertime.
We will have most of our major projects scheduled for summers, when in fact we do have to shut systems down, such as electrical systems, along with our HVAC systems, that would need to be shut down completely for a complete change out. So the majority of our projects would be scheduled for the downtime, which is our summer, and the small areas that we do have during the school year, such as our Thanksgiving week or our 2 weeks during the Christmas breaks that we have.
Yeah, thank you guys for all that you do, even during those holidays that we take advantage of. I know your team is still keeping us going. With that said, we've talked about the calendar. Now let's talk a little bit about 111 years of McAllen ISD, and I understand some of our schools that are part of old McAllen, as they say, and they're a lot different than those schools that were recently built with the last bond that was passed in 2005. Tell me what a centralized air control looks like versus single units at the campuses.
We do have campuses that do have individualized units. We do have air handlers that tie back either a split system, rooftop systems, or we have our chiller systems at our campuses. So we do have an array of different systems at our campuses, mostly being because of the age and at the time of that they were built or designed.
Back to the priorities, right? So there was priority 1, 2, and 3, and with the committee and with partnership with the principals, we got feedback. I know I was a part of that committee as well, and getting feedback from all of these stakeholders when it comes to providing our students with adequate learning spaces. I'm sure you understand, but tell our audience a little bit about the correlation between having the right lighting, having the right environment to performance in the classroom.
Studies have shown that the ambient temperatures, ambient lighting, of course, will increase student performance. There's been several case studies done throughout the state of Texas, and they all tend to the positive things about it. So we're excited about these upgrades that would be upcoming for the district, and to be able to provide these better ambient temperatures and be there for our kids, for our staff, just like we've been all along.
You know, our district is an A-rated district. We are producing students that go on beyond, you know, their high school graduation. They go into careers, they go immediately into a career, or they go into higher ed, they go to the military. That's our overall goal here, right? Is getting our students prepared. With that goes back to the foundation of the classroom, of the spaces that they are in between 7:45 and 3:45. And I know that there are expansions. There's a demand for expansions. So I want to dive a little bit into the expansions at the different campuses that we have identified as a committee, right? So let's talk a little bit. I know that you have building expansions, just general building expansions. Which campuses are going to be affected by those?
Yes, we currently have on our bond proposal, again, we do have Milam Elementary, Gonzalez Elementary, and Morris Middle School that are scheduled for building expansions to replace our portable buildings. These expansions will range between the 15,000 square foot to 20,000 square foot areas. That would include classrooms, science labs, staff restrooms, along with student restrooms, and in some cases maybe some areas for administrative areas, and will also include additional parking spaces. These expansions will be replacing portable buildings. We currently have some of those campuses that have up to 16, 18 classrooms in portable buildings. Yeah. And it's time that we come in and replace them with brick and mortar.
You know, I heard one of the principals talk about the last bond that was passed in 2005. Her campus was known as one of the portable cities, and from that bond came new campuses that were supporting the demand in that area of McAllen. So it's huge when we can either build brick and mortar brand new or expand at the campuses that need it. So I'm grateful that you have been able to identify those campuses. Will any campuses receive the cafeteria remodels or additions or expansions?
Yes, we do have cafeteria remodels. We have cafeteria remodels at Seguin, Milam, Morris, and Alvarez. These are expansions or remodels to the current kitchen area, along with the dining area. That in some cases we do want to connect the cafeterias back to the building to be able to have that circulation of our students and staff going in between cafeterias and our buildings during inclement weather.
You know, and inclement weather also leads to gymnasiums, right? So yeah, I know I have walked through some of the elementary schools, and sometimes if it's raining outside and it's lunchtime, we can't have gym, or we're doing something, we're having to make do with the space that we have allotted. So I understand gymnasiums have also been a focus for some of our campuses.
Yes, we do have Sanchez, Hendricks, and Houston Elementary that are on the proposal for new gymnasiums, new enclosed gymnasiums, and we have Castañeda and Perez Elementary for enclosures of their current pavilions to be able to have at that additional conditioned space for participation during inclement weather as well.
Mr. Trevino, thank you for your time. Is there anything else that you want to add when it comes to the 2026 bond and our facilities that we are looking to create for our students?
No, it's just, I mean, it's exciting, you know, and to see this, going through, and this is for the betterment of all of our facilities, our community, our students, staff, everyone as a whole, you know.
Thank you so much, and thank you to your team for keeping us comfortable in the spaces that we have allotted to us now. We look forward to it, and we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.